I have met many great men in my lifetimes. Though many are politicians, generals, or philosophers, most of the truly great men have been from the mundane areas of life. Artisans, merchants, farmers. During my first stay at Gotham, this list included a bounty hunter and a psychologist. Of all my time with them, one conversation stands out above all the others. It allowed me access to the psyches of two men who would only be surpassed by the one they call the Dark Knight. Why is it that those that I come to admire are also those that spurn me the hardest?
Another pine incense for you, Frau Garland.
Oh, please, Doctor. These scents you keep in stock are just what I need to get away from the stench of the city. They remind me of a cottage in the mountains. Oh, how lovely. I would have loved to vacation there for real sometime, if not for the biting cold.
Why travel when convalescence is but a few blocks away?
Dr. Amadeus, traveling is what gives the soul joy. I wish I had been able to more often. As an old woman, I have time to reflect on what I should have done rather than what I did.
I grew up in an estate in the mountains.
Oh, did you? Please tell me.
The water was clean enough to drink straight from the stream, and the grass was a greater green than any I have ever seen since.
It sounds lovely. Maybe in another life.
Come now, Frau Garland. You have many years ahead of you yet.
I just don't know anymore, Amadeus. My bones ache, and it is all I can do to catch a breath.
That is why you are here, to convalesce.
Sir, you cannot just barge in and...
Dr. Arkham! Doctor!
I'm sorry, Dr. Arkham. We tried keeping him in the atrium, but he heard your voice and ran past.
What seems to be the matter, Martin? Could you not wait for an appointment at my home? Arkham Hospital is not for you.
I tried, Doctor, but your wife said you had another errand and she was not sure when you would be back, and I knew you worked here, so...
Take a deep breath, Martin. Constance is correct. I have been busy as of late.
Doctor, please, I need the help. The urges, they've...
Time and place, Martin. This is neither. Set up an appointment with April here, whom you have distracted from her normal duties, and she will give it to me later.
Doctor, please, just an hour of your time will...
Make the appointment, Martin. You must keep order in your life, and this is a good place to start. April, take him back to the atrium, if you will. Martin, return with her.
Yes. Yes, Doctor.
Right this way, Mr. Martin. We can get you a glass of water on the way if you like.
So, this is what the good doctor does in his free time. Take care of the wealthy elite while they enjoy a vacation, and keep calm in those bouts of anxiety?
A sanatorium is a hospital designed to bring relaxation to the intrepid, anxious, and neurotic.
Sounds like what they need is a good kick in the...
Yes, such a cure would behoove one of your stature. However, the scientific basis for relaxation therapy is quite sound. I have seen it cure insomnia, depression, extreme nervousness, and restriction of the bowels.
Oh, hell, Doc. We've got cures for that out west that are cheaper than anything you're selling.
Such as?
A ride in the sun to get you to sleep, good lady for depression, whiskey for nerves, and beans for your bowels.
This is why, Herr Hex, the Wild West, as they call it, should be civilized. Your breed of man is becoming extinct. A new century is upon us, and it need not carry over the more barbaric aspects of the past.
You say this, Dr. Arkham, yet I have witnessed firsthand how modern science is most recently used. Nemo's submarine of death speaks volumes of its own, But if you should ever be so blessed to witness Mr. Griffin's antics or Jekyll's darker half in person, you may come to realize that barbarism is still innate, even with the advent of new science.
I care little for Judge Vane's mercenaries.
Should I take offense to that?
Trust me when I say that they are much more than mere mercenaries. They are, with a rare exception, as virtue-driven as myself. I have no doubt that we seek to cure Gotham's criminal element, above and beyond any cash amount that Claudius is willing to pay.
A cure to Gotham's criminal element? Damn me, Herr al-Ghul. What kind of a cure does this League of Assassins provide?
Please, Doctor, call me Raish. I offer a permanent cure that is designed to leave a cultural scar that none will fail to see for centuries to come.
Barbarism by another name.
You too good for cold steel and lead, Doc? Go ahead then. What's your idea for a cure? Fan 'em to death? Gas 'em with lavender and scent of a peach blossom?
The criminal mind must be processed and studied. The pathology that leads a man to criminality is something that can be curbed, redirected, or snuffed out through therapeutic psychoanalysis.
Oh, much better. He's gonna talk the gangsters to death.
What drives a man to violence, Herr Hex? His past, his upbringing, sometimes a malady of the mind, a neurosis or compulsion, what church fathers once called demons. We now understand to be manifestations of the mind, whereon the mad are driven to act upon visions and auditory hallucinations. Yet even these have a basis in hidden neuroses that can be uncovered and have the light of revelation thrust upon them.
Them's a bunch of big and pretty words there, Doc. But all I got out of that, if someone pays you enough, then you think you can cure them. My way costs a split second, few cents, and a bullet.
Your petty rationales hide an inner truth, Hex.
What's that?
You do not trust humanity. Why should you, given your history of betrayal by country, faction, and friend? Because you have lost all sense of trust. You have also lost any sense of connection, if any existed after your father sold you away. Your propensity for violence is a lashing out at a world that has rejected you. So you reject it. Further, you secretly desire that someday your luck runs out. The last several decades have been a story of a long suicide where you are awaiting the bullet that will meet its mark. But at the same time, the man who is to cast it must have earned that reward.
You must think you're pretty smart saying all that stuff on your high horse. If that was all true, then why ain't I feeling cured yet?
Healing takes time. Schedule an appointment in my office, and I would be more than happy to work with you on a solution.
I don't need a solution, Doc. I'm happy just the way I am.
Happy? Yes.
You got any strong drink in this place?
Wines are kept in the cellar for those with heart trouble.
Heck, wine's better than nothing. I'll catch up with you two in a few.
Doctor, I am intrigued. You think there is a psychological cure for the criminal mind?
Of course, Raish. There is a cure for every ailment. Criminality is but one form of ailment, and the one I am most driven to understand.
I eagerly encourage you to join the League and I on our next mission. Should you meet the Italian and Irish gangs, you may come to a very different understanding.
Somehow I think Fräulein Murray's charms will only get her so far with Gotham's underworld.
You would be surprised. Miss Murray's penchant for negotiation has led to a stay of execution for many of our would-be victims. You could be a great influence for her, if such negotiation is to work at all.
You do not seem to think her labor of peace is worth the time.
Negotiation is beyond them, but I would be curious to see your theories put to practice.
I suppose I could be persuaded to leave my work here, if but for the scientific aspect of the venture.
I am curious, though, Doctor. What if we were to come upon the beastly murderer prowling Gotham, is it possible that such a monster has a cure?
All men can be cured, without exception.
Even if it were possible, why spend your time on such individuals in the first place? Why waste one's time bringing a man back who has gone over the edge so completely? Surely, Doctor, it is not out of some hidden love for humanity?
I hold no love for the human race as such, though some specific individuals within it are an exception.
Your wife and daughter?
2 or 3 that ever lived, who I could say I held such a high emotion for.
If not love for your fellow man, then what prompts such energetic optimism for their cure?
The human mind is intriguing, would you not agree? Its avenues and pathways are a labyrinthine network that begs for interpretation. If one could cure a madman, free him of the neuroses that makes him act in sadism, then one will have been said to have conducted the impossible.
But what of the man? How could a sane man, once cured, live with himself after looking upon the deeds of his past? If he would not kill himself, then he would be thrust back into madness.
But guilt is a much easier thing to cure.
Yet I receive the sense that there is something else which propels you forward into your work.
If you think it is wealth, trust me, coin is of no consequence.
No, but power is. He who can cure a rabid madman is he who can control the human mind. What greater form of power is there?
You show the ace up your own sleeve, Ray. The pursuit of power is a fool's game, for when one has reached the top, they will spend the rest of their life fighting off the inevitable future, which ends in their death, in the necessary rise of a new king. It is a worthless pattern for simple-minded persons.
And if one could live for multiple lifetimes?
I do not make conjecture over fantasies.
Join us in our league, Amadeus, and you may find that what you call fantasy is terrible, cold fact.
I shall join you, if only to observe the gloriously deluded be manipulated by the beautifully corrupted.
Finish here, then, and come with us to the Nautilus. The more educated of the group will gain much by having you present, and if they do not, then know that I, at the very least, will benefit from continued discourse of your theorems.
3 hours at the most. That should give enough time for Herr Hex to have drunk my stock and necessitate me going to seek further supplies on the way to your comrades.
I shall await you in the cellar, then, if only to make sure the gunslinger does not get too trigger-happy.